Look at all the books I give. You can see there's none. I'm fucking done.
I just heard something that shook me to my fucking core because I've always known this. I've always realized this deep within, but over the years of conditioning to this place, it blinds you to the obvious fucking truth of this place. I heard Shangel say that we are death gods to lower life forms, and we don't think anything of it. That's exactly what these motherfuckers do to us on a daily basis, and they don't think anything of it. We've been set up and trapped into this position. Can you think about this? You have to become aware of this so that you don't get fucking blindsided once you leave this place. You are exactly what they are. You've been set up. This is a fucking trap. This is a gotcha moment. Once you get the fuck out of here and you say, oh, I'm against suffering and I fucking don't like slavery and I don't like control and dominance. And then they just say, here's the tape. Your whole life was about control and dominance over lower life forms than you. So why are we guilty of anything that you haven't done? Motherfucker, they set us up. Holy shit. I always feel so guilty about killing an ant or a bug just because it fucking inconveniences me. You may say I'm soft. No, I'm just speaking from the heart. When we shut the heart off, that's when we're no longer who we are. And we become conditioned and perverted by this place. Every moment of our existence here is that conditioning. It's a fucking school. Yes, they were right. It's a fucking school to change you into a fucking demon. I've had a video about that a while ago, but it's just becoming more clear and clearer by the day. You cannot exist here without causing suffering. You cannot exist here without controlling and dominating the exact thing that they're doing to us. Why do you think they call us cattle? Because they think we're lower than them. And guess what? We do the same thing to cattle. We have no problem with it. We may think, that's an icky fact that we corral animals and treat them nice just for food. Damn it, that's what they're doing to us. And we have a problem with it, but we don't have a problem when we do it. I'm calling myself out as much as I'm calling everybody the fuck out. I'm in this too, okay? Oh man, this just fucking shook me to my core because I'm not afraid to admit the truth. I'm not afraid to see the truth for what it is. It's even uglier than we thought it was. Look at ourselves. Really look at our lives and what we've been conditioned to think is acceptable and right and okay to do just because of our higher intelligence. I'm having a moral dilemma about mowing my yard right now. Well, first of all, here's where it gets us stuck. It's because we only think about us in the equation. I don't want to do this because it's a lot of fucking work over nothing. It's just going to grow back. Yeah, that's true. But think about the god of destruction that we are becoming. When we're leveling an entire ecosystem of life, plants, animals, and bugs, just so we can have a nice little yard to walk around. Honestly, it's because of code enforcement that's making me mow my yard because I think it's a waste of time. Honestly. But yeah, see, I'm being forced and coerced to kill life for my convenience. And it doesn't matter because they're lower life forms. They'll get over it. Fuck them. Oh my God. When we came to this fucking place, we were set up from the moment we got here. Why do you think no one can get the fuck out of here? It's because it's a fucking setup, man. And until you realize this, we're never going to get out of here. Until you be honest. Okay, I'm going to talk about me. This is about me, not you. If you want to hear what I'm saying and be honest about it and say, fuck, this is a fucked up situation, you can. But let me be honest with myself. I fucking despise this shit show. This disgusting, abhorrent, vicious. I was almost in tears earlier because of how true this is. And I don't want myself to get blindsided by, I'm this moral, upstanding being, and I would never cause suffering or harm to anything sentient or conscious. And I do it every fucking day to lower life forms. It's no big deal. I've always had a moral dilemma over killing bugs in my home. How stupid is that? Most people think you're fucking soft and stupid. No, because at the heart, that is the main issue here. The main issue is that. That's what these fucks think about us. And we have no problem with it. So we're just proving their point. How do we know their consciousness? How do we know what they're going through, what they're feeling? We don't. Because from our perspective, we can't know that. And from their perspective, we can't know. Just like my dogs, I feel so guilty about imprisoning other life forms. And to them, we are fucking gods. We are gods. We provide food. We provide water. We provide a home. We do these miraculous miracles every fucking day to these dogs. And they look at us like we're gods. And think about human history when these beings were walking among us and the stories and the past civilizations. They treated them like gods because they were more consciously advanced and aware and could do magical things, only because their intelligence was far greater than the humans, than the cattle. And so we worshipped and praised them when all along they're the fucking reason why we're in this shit show to begin with on this farm. And I'm not saying you should feel guilty or ashamed or like, oh my God, I am a monster. No, it's to fucking wake the hell up and realize where the fuck you are. And not want to participate in this bloodbath anymore. Control and dominance. That's what's happening to us. But we have no problem when we do it to other things. I can't help you see or understand this unless you want to. Unless you want to unbiasedly and objectively look at the fucking situation that we're in. The setup, the trap that was placed before us to make us guilty, to make us wrong and sinful and all this bullshit that was done on purpose. To say, look, there's blood on your hands. And they're right, there is fucking blood on my hands. But guess what? I don't consent to this. I don't want to do this. I don't want to participate in this. So now the blood's on your hands. The blood's on your hands because you won't let me leave. You won't let me out of this fucking hellhole. See how I can turn that around now? We were ignorant of this fact until we weren't. And when we're no longer ignorant of this fact, we're no longer guilty of it. We weren't even guilty to begin with, honestly, because we were ignorant of this fucking fact. And I'm using cuss words, so what? It's the meaning behind the word and the energy I'm trying to get at, because I'm fucking pissed off. I'm angry that this has been going on for so long. We have just been conditioned from a young, little, innocent child to accept this as normal. And there's no way out of it. There's no way out of it, because once you're here, you're participating in this shit show, this death march of everything and anything. And you're participating in all the evils and calling it okay and good and just getting along, getting by to get by. I'm about to go wipe out a whole fucking village of insects and plants and their little ecosystem for my convenience, to make my life more convenient. What do you think these quote elites do on a daily basis to us for their convenience? What do you think these archons do for their convenience? Oh my God, it's just blowing my mind. And I've talked about this. So once when you have the understanding of this and you hear it put so simply, you get it, and it shakes you to your core because it's so true. I'm not saying we are demons. We are forced into behaving and acting like one without even realizing it, because of our conditioning and programming. And oh, this is life. This is the way things are. Oh, who cares? They don't think and feel. We're more intelligent. We should have control and dominion over the lower life forms to how we see fit. And they are also doing the same thing that we're doing. See what I'm saying? All the animals and insects are doing the exact same thing. All the plants are doing the exact same thing. Nothing is absolved here. Everything is in play. Everything's playing this fucking game. We aren't the only ones. Everything that exists here is playing that game. And that's why I don't want to be here. Well, no matter what you do or don't do, you're in this fucking psychotic game, conditioning your spirit, your innocent spirit, to fall in line with it, to believe in it, to think it's right, to give you a moral high ground, to think that since you're superior, you have the right to be a god of destruction to lower life forms. And we have no choice unless we want these bugs crawling all over us. Wants to die of starvation. It's that's the whip that keeps you in line, smacking your back, making you bleed with scars until you comply. It's not just about our suffering. It's about the whole fucking place's suffering. We're all subjected to this bullshit. And karma, oh, look how evil you are. You're just as guilty as the thing that you say you hate. Well, guess what? I'm aware, and I no longer consent. I'm forced and coerced to participate. Get me the fuck out of here. Let me leave, or fuck off. You have no right over me. I do not consent to being ruled over you, and I do not consent to ruling over anything else. Let me just rule over me, and everything else can fuck off. I don't want to dominate anyone. I don't want to rule over anyone. How about we all just rule over our own selves and our own lives? But that's impossible to do here without other things sneaking their little tentacles in, wrapping you up, constricting your life force from you, your own free will of thinking and being, and forcing you to comply in a world that you fucking hate. Once I'm out of here and they try to pull this shit on me, you're guilty. You're a sinful human being. Look at all you've done. You're complicit in this. No, I said I wanted out. I realized what was going on and I wanted nothing to do with it. And guess what? I couldn't get out. There was no exit door. There's nothing for me to do other than harm myself. The blood's on your hands, motherfuckers. I realized the game. I realized the trap. And I think it's fucking evil. Don't get caught off guard thinking you're some kind of moral superior being when you leave this place. And then they throw the fucking book at you. If you can't be honest with yourself now, you're going to have a hard time being honest once you get out of here. I'm just saying this so that you realize anything they can do to make you feel guilty and that you deserve to be a slave because you're immoral and wrong and evil. You got to realize this. You got to start thinking about this now and realizing how fucking evil this place is and how it's been set up that way and how you were set up from birth to be guilty by participating in this shit show. You're doing this not to feel guilty. You're doing this not to feel shameful. You're doing this to realize what needs to be done. What needs to be done is to end your participation in this shit show, to not justify it. And a lot of people won't and can't do this because it's fucking hard to look at yourself in the mirror and say, fucking hell, I'm participating in the very thing I'm fighting against. It'll turn you on your fucking head. It'll shake you to your core. It'll make you well up from the deepest pits of your spirit because finally your spirit is being recognized and you're acknowledging what your spirit has known for its entire stay here, that you've shut off just to make life easygoing. Just get along, get by to get along. However that saying is. I'm just gonna shut you up, spirit. I know you don't like it, but this is the way it is. This is the life. I'm gonna listen to all the programming and indoctrination and human biological scripts and what everyone else tells me. There's nothing wrong with this place. It's just evil men and dastardly deeds, but has nothing to do with me. You see, that's kind of like the problem, reaction, solution. Oh, there are all these evil people who are in control of this place, and they're causing all the evil. But once we get rid of them, life will return back to good. You can get rid of all these evil motherfuckers, and life is evil at its core, and the same shit would still be going on. I'm going to build my monastery by first wiping out an entire ecosystem of sentient beings, animals, plants, and bugs. Hey, they were already warring with themselves to begin with. So it's just dog eat dog, right? That's just what they said with the Native Americans, if you believe that story, because I don't believe that's the official history. But let's just say you do believe it. Well, they were just fighting amongst each other. They were warring against each other. So we just came in and fucking wiped them out and took over. Hey, it's just dog eat dog world, right? You see how fucked up that is? How by association, of living in an evil world that you justify committing evil deeds. Fucking hell, man. This has really just torn me up on the inside. But that's good. It's good to be torn up on the inside because you're fucking being honest, and it's going to help you get through all the traps that they place before you. If there is a life review, it's because the life review was the trap itself. Imagine your whole life. You were born as a demon in a demon world, and there were cameras and microphones all around you on purpose to set you up. And then when you leave, they're like, hey, look, you're a fucking demon. We got to fucking teach you. You got to go back. You got to do it right. But we know that you can never do that because it is a setup the whole time. That's why you can't trust these spiritual beings, these things in higher authority over you, because guess what? If they're in authority and they're allowing this to continually happen lifetime after lifetime, guess what? They're complicit with evil. They're complicit with this whole thing. So it's like they're your prison guards. They're your psychopathic rulers who want you to be just like them. So they have a reason to curse and condemn you lifetime after lifetime. And you just go along with it because I'll do better next time. There's no better next time. There's no better. You cannot spiritually progress in any meaningful way in a world of evil, participating and being complicit with it. Do you not see how this is degrading your spirit day after day, believing in all of this bullshit? This just gives me more fire and passion to know that this place is not where I'm from. It is not me. And like I said, I don't consent. But I'm still here. And guess what? As long as I'm here, I'm complicit. Not by choice, by force and coercion. It's like someone pointing a gun to your head and saying, I want you to commit acts of evil. And you're saying, I don't want to do that. And they lock and load the gun and they say, I want you to commit acts of evil. And you say, I don't want to. And then they point the gun at your loved ones and say, you do it, or they suffer. The gun's pointed at everybody. And the more you get shot with pain to keep crawling forward, being complicit. But if you had a choice, you would say no. But also, we've been hypnotized and mind controlled and conditioned like a dog to just accept all this as normal. So they can take the gun away and just let you do it normally from the human biology standpoint, and shutting off your spirit from realizing and speaking to you that this place is fucking evil. Now, I have no problem with using force to overpower something trying to harm me or one of my loved ones. I have no force. I have no qualms with using force and dominion, domination, to exterminate evil. That's the difference. So I plan on using force and domination to destroy these evil fucks however it is you can. However it is you can. However it is I can. That's the only justified way to use dominion and force to control and dominate, is if something is evil and it's infecting everything around it. You have to control and dominate it. So how do you do that? You tell me how you do that. Only certain people are going to understand this message. Others, this message isn't for you. You can believe and think and feel however you want to. And don't put words in my mouth. Don't say I'm saying this when I didn't say that. Don't say, oh, you're trying to guilt people or trying to make people do this or that. No. I'm talking about me. If you resonate with this and you can see what I'm saying, you put your own spin on it. You put your own message that's coming from you, and you decide for yourself. Don't listen to me. Ask yourself. Be your own leader. Be your own authority. And don't look outside yourself for validation to tell you what you already know. But don't lie to yourself. That's the thing. If you're lying to yourself and you can't be real and honest, then you can't be trusted. Then you can't trust yourself because that's not who you are. You're not even talking to yourself. That's the programming. That's the scripts. That's the mind control. That's the conditioning. Ever since you were birthed into this shit show, that is who you're talking to, not your real self. Drop all the conditioning. Be honest. Then you'll find the answer to what I'm saying. And if you don't, then you don't.